Welcome everyone. I'm Jeff Rattiner, and I'm going to provide you with information tonight about our highly successful financial planning fast track program that we started roughly 15 years ago. Now, a little bit of information about who I am. I'm a certified public accountant and a certified financial planner. I'm also a registered financial consultant. I also hold an MBA. I've written 8 books in the industry, including such titles as Getting Started as a Financial Planner for Bloomberg Press, Rattiner's CFP Review Fast Track Guide, also Rattiner's Financial Planner's Bible, and Personal Financial Planning for Divorce, all published by John Wiley & Sons. I've also published the Personal Financial Planning Library for Harcourt Brace, Adding Personal Financial Planning to Your Existing CPA Practice for the American Management Association, and many other books over the years. I've also worked in industry trade magazines as well. I was a columnist for Financial Planning magazine and for Financial Advisor magazine. I've also was an editor-in-chief for the Personal Financial Planning Journal and Financial Advisory Practice Journal, both published through Warren Gorman Lamont. I've worked in the industry for many years. I do much professional speaking and other aspects of our industry. I'm on the road about 120 to 150 days a year performing some type of personal financial planning lecture on a whole host of topics. I do a lot of training for the CPA community, as well as to the brokerage community, the insurance community, and several others. So let's talk about the Financial Planning Fast Track program. Now, a lot of people don't realize that our program was the first registered accelerated program with CFP board. And what that means is when we registered the program, we came out with an alternative way of providing financial planning education for those advisors looking to sit for the CFP certification exam. It's different than the traditional live program or self-study or online program. Some people think it's a shortcut. It's actually not. It's really a long cut in that we basically provide lots of information into a relatively short time period, roughly around 7 months. And we cover all 6 core classes plus a CFP review course, which is added at the end for class number 7. Now, this program is very different from any other type of program because here you have to prepare in advance for our classes. And here's what that means. You have to go in and look through our proprietary notes that we send you prior to each class, look through the appropriate textbooks, and work through pre-class problems and other types of materials as pre-class assignments, work through all that, and then come to class for a 4-day accelerated boot camp. This boot camp is unlike anything you've ever done. It goes from 8 to 5 each day for 4 consecutive days. We go over each of the topics that were required for that particular 4-day stay. And it's done in the format that we use in terms of promoting how we teach for the CFP certification exam. Here's our 4-prong approach. We talk about what each of the topics are as our lead off. That means we go through each of the 78 topics literally one by one, with our ultimate goal of making sure that you have a good understanding for each one of those 78 topics. In fact, by the time we're done, you'll have a handle on what you know, and even more importantly, you'll have a handle on what you don't know, so you can beef that section up to satisfactorily complete that part of the examination. Our second objective is to look at the different exposures that exist for the client. What are the weaknesses? What are the things they're coming to you for? Obviously, there's an issue, otherwise they wouldn't be coming to see you, so we try to delve into that. Our third approach is talking about the recommendations and/or solutions to address those exposures. So this way there's an answer for each item that comes up. And a fourth feature, an added bonus above and beyond the CFP exam. Based on what many students have said to us over the years, they want practical application of how to implement all these tools and techniques in their practices. And that's what we provide. I give real life strategies, war stories, other thoughts, so that when you're working with a client, the minute the class ends the following day, you're able to delve right into it and figure out exactly what the client's issues are. Number one, it's going to help you in terms of uncovering lots of additional financial planning needs for the client. Therefore, you're going to do more for them. And number two, it's nice to have a nice revenue stream in your pocket, and that's what uncovering these other financial planning issues will help you create. A solid revenue stream, because you'll be doing the right thing for the client. Now, let's talk about how the classes are structured. Each of the classes is done over a 4 consecutive day period. Many times those classes are from Thursday to Sunday. We kind of work it as a 50-50 split with the employer. You give up 2 personal days, the employer allows you to take off 2 days, and you know what the days are in advance, so after missing only 12 work days throughout the year that you know well in advance, then you don't have to worry about sitting for or working through any financial planning classes going forward. That's a huge relief. Now, the classes are structured with the same people going through each of the classes. It's kind of like a junior high school class. If you go back, you remember that you basically went from class to class with the same group of students. This is very similar. The nice thing about this is everybody's pushing towards the same common goal. That common goal is to go in, make sure that you have a good handle on it, your peers have a good handle on it, and you're working together to achieve the ultimate success. Our classes have been hugely successful. Our pass rates are higher than the traditional averages. In fact, in our last class, as evidenced from a Keir Education Memorandum newsletter, we had a 100% pass rate in our Ohio State class. And our pass rates have been pretty high. Our last Phoenix class, we were at 100% as well. And it's not because we know what the answers are, it's not because we have any inside information, it's because people buy into the process. They know what they're getting, they know what they're going to get, they know what they need to do to be successful, and if you follow the approach I line out for you, you too will be successful. So the classes are great because everybody works towards a common goal. And that goal is everybody pushes each other. So for those people that need that forceful background, that forceful hit, that really determination between myself and the students out there, you're going to get it. You're not going to be left behind because everybody works together in the evenings of classes and prior to the classes on group assignments to basically engage in the material. So they learn not just from me, but they learn from each other. We have bankers, stockbrokers, financial advisors, insurance agents, CPAs, attorneys, and many other folks in the class that come from diverse backgrounds, all contributing towards the same common goal. And it's really a great sight. And people love it. Matter of fact, our classes have been really interesting because over the years we've had people go into business together. We've also had people get married in the classes. Kind of interesting. So the classes pretty much do it all. But our classes are good. Our classes are lively, they're entertaining, they're intense, and they're informative. I'm going to work you real hard. Make no mistake about it. This is not an easy approach. This is not a lazy person's approach. We want to do it right. Because the ultimate goal is do it once, do it right, and move on. Because life's too short to take the CFP certification exam more than once. Thank you, and I hope to see you in our next class.